Before I start this video, let me ask you a question. Out of the three main desires in life, what is the main thing you're working towards? Is it finding a relationship, trying to find that special someone to spend the rest of your life with? Or is it building your mental and physical health to the point where you don't even have to worry about it anymore? Or is it wealth? Getting to that point where you have financial freedom, where you can do anything you want, whenever you want. What if I was to say that the reason why you're not getting closer to these goals, or the main obstacle what stands in your way of getting these desires that you want, is NoFap? No, but for real though, NoFap isn't just about overcoming your addiction. NoFap is self-mastery. It's self-awareness, it's self-discipline. So pretty much just self-improvement in a nutshell. And I say all of this because if I was to say to you, have you tried NoFap and have you tried to quit NoFap? You'd probably say yes many times. And then if I was to ask you, have you failed many times? It's extremely likely you would say yes as well. This is where I come in. My name is Sykes and I'm here to help young men overcome their obstacles in life, NoFap being one of them. Let's get started. Let me just say, I'm not trying to throw rocks at other self-improvement YouTubers or people who talk about NoFap. I'm not saying that their ideas are terrible or it doesn't work or it's just all bullcrap. But what I am saying is that all their ideas of how to overcome this addiction of NoFap is temporary. It's a temporary fix for a long-term problem, and that's the problem. Sure, you can go in, add a site blocker to all the porn website, you can delete Reddit and Twitter or however you get to it. But sooner or later, you're gonna re-download Twitter, you're gonna re-download Reddit, you're gonna remove the ad blocker, the site blocker, or whatever. It's inevitable. Our monkey brains are too powerful to overcome with just willpower and discipline, and that's why you need to build internal barriers in your mind instead of just relying on these external things in your life to make you stop this addiction. So stop focusing on these external things of how to quit this addiction. You need to focus on the internal things, your mind. We need to remember that this is an addiction at the end of the day. Like, come on people, we're trying to overcome an addiction which is similarly scary to the addiction of cocaine, with the side effect of shame that we get with it. So let me remind you, don't be afraid that you'll never be able to overcome this addiction. You will. I promise you that now. You will beat it, and this is how you do it. You do this with perception. Now, I believe perception is the key to everything in life. I mean everything. Now, perception when it comes to NoFap is extremely important, and I mean extremely important. But when I first started my journey, I didn't actually understand how important perception is to overcoming this addiction. So this is why I'm sharing this message with you now, because if you're at the start of your journey, you need to know this, that perception is the key to breaking it. Now, let me tell you this, because people set high standards. I don't understand these people online who set these high standards, say that, oh, you just need to do this and do that, and then you will break it straight away. I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm going to be bland about it, and I'm going to be real about it. You're going to fail numerous amounts of times. I cannot deny that. You will fail numerous amounts of times, unless you're David Goggins, of course. But it's your persistence, which is how you win. Now, how persistence fits in with perception is that if you don't have the right perception, you won't have the persistence. Let me explain that a little bit clearer though. For example, let's say you got to a 5-day streak and then you failed, but your perception about how you failed is all wrong about it. Instead of seeing it as, oh, I made it to 5 days, I should be proud of myself, I'm actually making progress. You instead see it as, oh, I made it to 5 days, I might as well not even try. I might as well just give up and go back to my old habits. When you do that, that's when the persistence disappears, because you've gave up, you're not coming back, so there's no persistence there anymore. And that's why perception is so important, because if you have the right perception, you will have the persistence to come back. Now, coming back is so important, and I can't even explain it, so I'm going to tell you a story. When I was on my journey, I had this thing, and I like to call it the 9-day curse, where I would literally get to 9 days every single time and then relapse. 9 days, relapse, 9 days, relapse. But I would keep coming back every single time. And it was honestly like a curse. It was so frustrating and it was irritating and it was actually mentally draining at the time. But eventually that persistence of coming back, although I would literally just fail at day 9 every single time, it eventually got me to day 100. I finally broke the curse, the day 9 curse. Then got to day 13, relapsed. Then it got all the way to day 100. And that was because I had the right perception and the persistency which came with it. Now, number 9 is my favorite number, my lucky number, and even my house number for your information. But that's it for this video, because I don't want to go on for an hour. But if this video does good, I will post a part 2 as soon as possible. Just make sure you comment down below if you want to actually see a part 2, because in that video I will be revealing many more things at least 3 more major things, not just one thing that I can do in this video. But let me just say this, perception, just a small percentage of what I've learned on my journey of NoFap, but the rest of that percentage will be in other videos. Until then, I'll see you on the flip side.